Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our third and final Everybody Counts virtual tour session. My name is Zach Gobert, and I'm a project manager with the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce Foundation, and I help to manage our Bus to Business program. We are so excited to have this partnership to help connect students with job and career opportunities, college scholarships, and really be making a difference here in the Commonwealth. Everybody Counts is a great initiative, and I want to send a special shout out to Dr. Price and her team for getting us to this point and helping to lead this effort this year. If you are unaware of what Everybody Counts is, Everybody Counts is an initiative started by Governor Andy Beshear, in which he is helping to connect students with a guaranteed job opportunity or college scholarship. And those job opportunities exist at either Kroger, GE Appliances, Ford, or UPS. For today's virtual tour sessions, we'll be hearing from our employers at Kroger and UPS, and we're really excited to have both of them on here live with us today. As a reminder, we'll play a virtual tour video of their companies first, and then after that video concludes, we'll have a live facilitated Q&A session with them. If your students have any questions, we encourage you to put those in the chat, and we'll ask those questions live to our panelists on here today. So again, any questions, we encourage the interaction, and we'd love to see them. We're now going to play a quick video to show an overview of what Everybody Counts is, and we'll get moving into the live session. Thanks, everyone.
Everybody Counts is a new partnership between Jefferson County Public Schools, Evolve 502, four of Louisville's largest employers, local leaders, and community organizations. This program aims to have every senior signed up for higher education or already placed in a good-paying job.
Congratulations, JCPS seniors. You're this close to getting your high school diploma. So what's next? Well, we're here to help you with those decisions. There's a brand new initiative from the Kentucky Governor's Office and JCPS called Everybody Counts. Here's how Everybody Counts works. Every qualifying 2022 JCPS graduate will be guaranteed a job with one of Louisville's largest employers or get 2 years of free college tuition. With Everybody Counts, UPS, Ford, GE Appliances, and Kroger will hook you up with a job when you graduate and meet their qualifications. If you want more education, Evolve 502 will help you go to Jefferson Community and Technical College or Simmons College of Kentucky for free. If you want the training to go into a high-demand field like IT, healthcare, or construction, Work Ready Kentucky will get you the financial assistance you need. So even if you think you know your plan after high school, check this out. Go to this website or QR code for more information, or check with your school counselor. We're here to help you plan your future and make sure that every JCPS graduate counts.
This class in JCPS is the first one, the only one, and I would say maybe the only class in the nation where the district and the community is promising them full tuition scholarship and a full-time job at one of the companies that are pillars in our community right now.
Awesome. Well, we are so excited to be a part of this initiative. We are now going to play a quick overview video from Kroger to detail the opportunities that they have available to them. And then Gina is on with us live to do a facilitated question and answer session. So again, if you all have any questions that come to mind throughout the video, please feel free to go ahead and put them in the chat and we will ask them live here on the session. Autumn, if you'll go ahead and cue up that first video.
My name is Tyler Martinez. I've worked for Kroger for nearly 10 years now. I started out as a cashier. I've worked in drug GM as well as fuel, and now I work in the division office. Currently I work in the technology department. I assist with presentations, any laptop hardware and software, and also assist with store orders.
My name is Janelle Malone. I've been with Kroger for 2 years. My career path was starting as a pickup associate, and now I'm a qualified pickup lead. For my job, I shop in the store for the customer's order, and I car side, which is taking their order out to them when they arrive at the store.
My name is Brandon Weddle. I have been with Kroger for 3 years. I started out as a bagger, and then I moved up as a cashier. Then I went to dairy, and now I'm in the meat department as a meat specialist. In my current role, I assist customers with any questions that they have. I fill the case, and I also set the seafood and butcher shop daily.
My name is Amy Welker. I've been with the Kroger company for over 27 years. I started as a cashier. I went to customer service, went from customer service to pharmacy, became a certified pharmacy technician. My current role, I am the Region 1 Health and Wellness Operations Specialist. My current role, I use my certification experience in pharmacy to assist my 24 pharmacy teams in staffing, training, inventory, anything else that they may need. And I also work with the customers to make sure that they're taken care of.
All right, we'll give everyone another opportunity to scan that QR code here at the end of the Q&A session. If you all are interested, so we'll pull that back up. We're not going to do a facilitated conversation with Gina. I'm really excited to have this. And again, just last reminder, if you all have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat. So Gina, the first question that I have for you is just watching that video. One thing that really stuck out to me is there's a lot of opportunity available at Kroger. And it's not necessarily just going to be one guaranteed position you're going to have. So can you just walk us through what are some of those jobs that students might be doing when they start off, and what are some of those job opportunities they might be able to move into?
Okay, usually most time, and good morning, everyone. Most time everyone sees just what's in the grocery store, but we have much more positions than just a cashier or bagger in our stores. We have meat, we have produce, we have grocery, we have pickup, which is online grocery shopping, which is the wave of today and all what we've gone through, and with the busy parents and, you know, working and trying to do grocery shopping and having dinner. We have pharmacy positions available. Any position we would have, we would train you for, and you could always move up. You may start out at a beginning position, but to get to know the job, and then you can move up to a specialist, which you saw in our video. Brandon, he's a specialist, a meat specialist, has been with Kroger for 3 years. So he has a full-time job and he has a career ahead of him, because his career path would be to go to a specialist, to an assistant department leader, and then to a department leader of our stores. There are special assignments that he will be able to do. And then from there, he might come out to our division office and work in our meat merchandising department. So depending on what he wants to do with Kroger, he has a path ahead of him.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Really, just to emphasize that point too, for all of these jobs we're talking about on Everybody Counts, there are opportunities to start off and then move for your entire career in that position. So that's really exciting to be able to have that opportunity. So for those jobs that we just talked about, what would you say are some general skills that would be helpful to students to bring to the job with them?
Well, with our business, so we're in the people business. So just really great skills as making the customer happy, that smiling, that compassion, empathy that we have to have for some of our customers, just being, there for them. But mostly it's just, it could be any background. If you have a mathematics background, we have accounting. If you have a skill for plumbing, we have plumbers in our office as well that work on our stores. We have different positions with our facility engineering. If you are into HVAC, refrigeration, any type of maintenance, we have jobs for those people too. If you are studying to be a lawyer, we have lawyers in our corporate office in Cincinnati. So really any background you have, although you see us as a grocery store, behind the scenes, we have different jobs as well.
Yeah, and I think one point you made in the first answer too was that you all have training programs to help get people to where they need to be as well. So even if they don't have that skill set, you all can provide it through Kroger, which is fantastic. So one of the questions that I saw quite frequently on the student registration for this session was asking about just general career and benefit information. Would you be able to touch on what that looks like through Kroger?
Yeah, so with Kroger, you can get benefits for health and healthcare. You can get vision, you can get dental. We have Feed Your Future, which is where you can go to school. If you're attending a secondary school, you can get up to $3,500 a year, up to 7 years. So a total of $21,000 over the course of 7 years. And all you have to do is work for Kroger. A special benefit that we do have when you work for Kroger, you get 10% off of all corporate brand products. So that is a real good perk to have to feed your family. We also have a Kroger perk spot, which is where we get different discounts at different places and establishments just for working at Kroger that are not under the Kroger banner. So a lot of different benefits that you can get for working with Kroger.
Yeah, I mean, a 10% discount on groceries, that's the biggest benefit you need to go ahead and feed yourself. So that's perfect.
Yes.
Speaking of the benefits too, one thing we had discussed last week was there's an opportunity for transportation assistance for some of the schools that might be tuning in today. Can you just touch on what that program is?
Some of our stores, we offer transportation from to other stores like in our East End. That some of our stores are hearts of staff, but we do offer transportation to these stores, and most times you can get full-time or part-time jobs depending on what you're looking for at that time. So we do offer that.
Yeah, that's an incredibly important benefit as well if you need that. So that's fantastic. Okay, I have two remaining fun questions. And again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to put those in the chat and we can ask them. But the two that I have left, first one is just kind of your personal background at working at Kroger in your career. What led you to where you're at today?
Okay, I started out, I've been with Kroger for 29 years. I started out as an assistant store manager. I graduated college and I did another retailer for about 5 years. And then I started with Kroger as an assistant store manager. I was assistant store manager for 6 years. Then I was promoted to a store manager. I was that for 14 years. And then I've been in human resources for about 9 years. I have a training background. I used to train all the new hires that came to work for Kroger to tell them all about Kroger, the different careers that we have, the different paths. And then I've been a field specialist and a district HR leader. And now I am working on Everybody Counts. And I'm also the diversity manager for the company as well for this division.
That's great. And I think that kind of leads me to another question. So 29 years at Kroger, obviously you enjoy it and it's been a good time. What has been your favorite memory that really, you would say, tells the story of what Kroger's culture is like?
I have many favorite memories, but most of my memories of our people. Like I said, we're in the people business. Just being able to be in a position to see people thrive and grow is my passion. Just from years in the store where I would think if we just had training for everybody, specific training, we would be so much better. And then, years later, I was in a position to impact that. And I'm still doing it now. So my fondest memory is just having people come up and say, hey, remember me? I started as a bagger and now I'm a department leader, and just seeing their growth is what keeps me here for 29 years.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. So it looks like we have a couple Q&A questions rolling in. So the first one is coming from Jimmy. Thanks for the question, Jimmy. The question is, what resume tips can you give for high school students with not much work experience?
We will train you. You know, you don't have to have that experience. If you have a passion or a desire, something that you want to learn, any position that we have, we will train you for that.
Yeah, that makes the big difference too. And having that resume is so important. I think to that point, you know, a lot of jobs will give you that training opportunity. So being able to add on top of that, that's really important. So,
and I do believe we all started somewhere. So
yeah, right. I mean, I started a hardware store in high school. You know, we all had our job starting points. So just got to find what that opportunity is for you.
Right.
So last question I have for you is, all these high school students who are tuning in with us live today obviously are at different points considering what their next steps are going to be. What advice would you provide them on how they should go about considering their next steps?
Just find your passion and do your research, and, you know, just look at all options. Some options that you think, you know, you may not like, or it may not be for you. I would just encourage you to try everything, you know, look at all your options and kind of tailor it to what your passion is.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Gina, thank you so much for all this information. I'm going to put your contact information in the chat here. So if anyone has any further questions for Gina or is interested in pursuing a career at Kroger, definitely reach out. And Autumn, if you can pull that QR code up just one more time. So if any students want to scan that, feel free to go ahead and do so. I'll give just a second there. All right. Well, thank you again, Gina. This has been fantastic. And we are now going to move into hearing from UPS. So Autumn, if you will queue up that video from UPS, and we'll get moving into that. Give us just 1 second here. There we go.
Hi everyone, my name's Bailey and I'm a current UPSer. Today I'm going to show you around Worldport. Come on in. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you over here to this big white tin. This is where you're going to come on your first day to meet your trainers, and they'll tell you where to go. All right, so now we're all ready to go inside, so follow me on in. So since Worldport is on airport property, you're gonna have to scan your ID to get into the guard shack. In the guard shack, you're gonna walk through and go through TSA. If you've ever been to an airport, you're probably familiar with this process. Now let's get on the tram and let's talk. But first, coffee and donuts, duh. So you're probably asking, Bailey, why are we riding a tram right now? Well, did you know that UPS Worldport is 5.2 million square feet? That's the largest hub in the United States. At Worldport, you can start in the hub, the ramp, freight, or in an administrative position. While we're on this ride, take a look at this super cool time-lapse video for a typical night in the operation. Right now, you can get hired on day shift making $20 an hour, or night shift, which is what I did, making $21 an hour. These part-time positions range from about 11 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon and 11 at night to 4 in the morning. Okay guys, now you kind of get a glimpse of the operation and know what we do at Worldport. Now let me tell you a little bit about my own experience with UPS. I graduated high school in 2017. I wanted to go to college and I didn't have a whole lot of money. I knew my mom and dad weren't going to pay for my school, so UPS was the perfect opportunity for me. The program I decided to go with at UPS was Metro College, which pays 100% tuition if you go to U of L or JCTC and work third shift. And I got all kinds of bonus money that went straight into my savings account. I know what you're thinking. With all these benefits and third shift, I sacrificed a lot of sleep. But that could be the furthest thing from the truth. I had the same life as everybody else. My schedule was just a little bit different. UPS has a promote from within policy. I became a supervisor, and this is not uncommon to see student workers become supervisors within their first year of employment. Yay! Congrats everyone! You have successfully completed your virtual tour with UPS. We hope you consider taking advantage of all of our great programs just like I did. This is just my story. Check out these guys.
There were definitely times that were tough. There were times I didn't want to go to work. I worked at night and I was moving boxes. On top of school full time, that can be a challenge. But looking back now, on the other side of it, I would do it again, hands down. From Metro College, I received $60,353.90. My number's pretty big. I'm very proud of that number. I think that's a big testament to UPS and to me.
It's hard, but you got to push through it, knowing that you're going to come out on top. It's a great feeling. Man, you can't beat that. With the UPS Metro College program, I saved $26,441.50 on my tuition. Thanks to the Metro College program, I just bought a house a few months ago. I like sports cars. I had a list of cars that I was going to get, and I walked into Chevrolet, and I got the first one on my list.
The money I earned through the Metro College program was a little over $46,000. I actually just bought a car, and a lot of people are very surprised when I tell them that I have no debt from college. I tried to do more afternoon, evening classes, but other than that, it was just like being a normal student. I still got to be a part of a sorority. I was on the equestrian team, still went to classes and had a presence on campus. It's a hard change at first, but by the end, it becomes almost natural to work at night and sleep during the day. I hope I can be a testimony to show that you really can have a balance between work, school, and whatever social events or clubs you want to be a part of. I'm still here to tell the tale, so it went perfect for me.
Using the Metro College program and working at UPS, I saved $62,110. You can log on to upsjobsky.com to learn all about our education assistance programs, and you can learn about our career pathways as well. I know, there's so many packages to choose from. Interested? Scan this QR code to be contacted when it's time to apply. Hopefully, you can find your total package because at UPS, everybody counts.
All right. Well, thank you all for another great video. It's really inspiring to see all these opportunities available to everyone. So just to kind of start things off here, I think the best first question would be if you all want to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about how you got started at UPS and what your current role is.
So my name is Cassandra Hernandez. I am a talent acquisition specialist. I started at UPS almost 6 years ago, fresh out of high school. Went to Fern Creek High School. I had no idea what I wanted to do for college, so came to UPS and I was like, let me just take my basic prerequisites so I can not get out of the habit of going to school. And I figured out what I wanted to do while I was here and actually got a career out of it. So.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Bailey. I was in the video. I started out at UPS right after I graduated high school. I worked in the hub, so I came from Worldport, and I actually just took this position a few months ago in recruiting and using my degree with marketing.
Hello, glad you all are all here. My name is Lee Moody Nelson. I take care of the school to work department. So I hire a lot of the seniors that are currently working with us right now that work really hard. This is my 29th year at UPS. I started out in the hub moving packages like some of you all will be and some of you all are. But it's a great place to work and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think, talking about what you talked about, Gina, too, obviously you all have loved it and it's been a great opportunity. So one question on top of that, too, watching from what we learned in the video, what are some of those job and career opportunities available to students, again, when they first start off, and then something that they can move into as well?
A lot of the jobs that a lot of the students start out with is package handling positions. We do offer a lot of part-time jobs. We do have some full-time jobs as well. But if you're thinking about going to school, I highly suggest start out as a package handler or on the ramp, or you could be in freight, or there's admin jobs. Being a package handler, you're moving packages, you're loading, unloading, sorting, scanning packages that could weigh up to 70 pounds. But we have day shift hours, we have night shift hours. On the ramp or the freight, the ramp is working outside with the aircraft. It's very exciting. You're out with the 747s, the 727s, but you are dealing with the outside weather. But again, you have to be 18 years of age because you could be driving equipment. And then with the freight positions, you have to be 18 as well because you could be driving a tug and moving heavier freight in the freight facility. But we also, like I said, we have administrative positions for days and nights that also help pay for your schooling as well. And for those of you that are maybe wanting for full-time jobs, we have our supply chain solutions part of UPS. But at the same time, most of our jobs are part-time, but it makes sure it's like an open door. So you could do school, you could do other things, you can have a life, but you're making great money while doing it.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I mean, even just talking about the job, like, yeah, you might be moving 70-pound boxes, but because of that, you might not need a gym membership. So save some money there. So it makes it really easy. So with that being said, again, the question that we saw a lot on the student registration was career and benefits. I know we talked a little bit about that in the video, but could you all just touch on that a little bit further on what does the career and benefits look like for those jobs?
Yeah, so for our day shift positions, we are currently paying $20 an hour, and our night shift positions are $21 an hour. So of course, Lee mentioned that it's part-time. After 5 hours, you're going to get time and a half. So for a day shift position, that's $30 an hour, and a night shift position, that's $31.50. And after 8 hours in one day, it's going to be double time. So night shift, $40, or day shift is going to be $40 an hour, night shift $42 an hour. So during the peak season, when you want to rack up all that cash, it's the perfect time. So it's a huge benefit because, again, the schedule, just from experience, having a part-time job was so necessary to be able to go to school and still be able to have a life outside of work and school. We also have life, medical, dental, vision, and prescription coverage after 9 months for you and your entire family. So it's you, your partner, and then your dependents as well. So then we also have our education benefits, which you saw a little bit of with Bailey. I actually also participated in the Metropolitan College program. Lee participated in the Earn and Learn program, but Metro College pays 100% of your college tuition for U of L and JCTC, along with some bonuses. UPS Loop, which is a Metro College benefit, pays 100% of your college tuition at Jefferson, and you also get a $325 monthly living allowance. So if you have, say, like $800 rent, that's already almost half of your rent money right there. So it's a huge help on top of that paycheck every single week and those bonuses. And then Earn and Learn pays $52.50 per year, and it maxes out at $25,000. So you're going to get that benefit that's reimbursed to you, and that's for any accredited school and any shift. So for Metro and Loop, you work the night shift, and of course the schools that I mentioned, and Earn and Learn accredited school, and then any shift as well.
Yeah, that's great information. And I know one of the questions we have students who are interested in it, what student qualifications are needed to participate in the Loop program? And I'll go and tack on to that question too, just general skills students should be bringing to the workplace with them.
So, sorry, you were asking if...
Yeah, so just first question from the student was, what are the student qualifications needed to participate in the Loop program?
Yeah, so for the Loop program, you do have to be accepted into university, which would be Jefferson, you do have to fill out the loop interest form. You have to be an employee, of course, first before you're able to fill that out. So if you go to our website, upsjobsky.com, you can't really see it behind us, but you'll go to the programs tab, just like you saw in the video, and go to UPS Loop. You'll see all the requirements on there, as well as those interest form, and it has step-by-step what you need to complete. So as long as you are an employee and you are accepted into the school, which I think Jefferson accepts, if you fill out an application, I believe they accept you into the school, you'll be able to participate in the program. You do have to take at least 6 credit hours, and am I missing anything?
And they look for a 2.5 GPA for the Loop program.
Awesome. Thank you all for that. So kind of on that same note too, just general skills that you all would say you'd look for when students are applying for the job, or what would be helpful for them to bring with them as they're moving into the workforce?
Yeah, so actually you don't really need any skills to come work at UPS. We will train you and develop you ourselves. So we'll train you how to load, unload, work on the ramp, work in freight. You don't have to really know anything. But another thing that we do is develop you ourselves within our programs and going to school and working. Not even if you don't want to go to school, we'll just develop you in general. One of the best things that I've learned from UPS is time management skills. You know, going to school, working, having a social life, that's a lot to balance, but working at UPS, I've really figured out how I accomplish that and achieve the things that I want to do with just my time schedule. And also having a strong work ethic. You know, a lot of people don't have a strong work ethic and don't know how to work for what they want. And working at UPS has definitely given me the drive and determination to do anything that I want.
Yeah, and that's really important too, to touch on that training piece again. I know Kroger mentioned it, and we learned about it from you all too. So just knowing that just because you don't have that skill set now doesn't mean you can't get it through the job that you choose. That's really important. So next question, I know in the video we saw you shooting the basketball. So obviously it's showing kind of some of the fun that you guys have through your job. Tell us a little bit about the culture of working at UPS and what that's like.
Yeah, so we are a very inclusive and diverse workplace. We have different programs like our International Community Job Program, where we hire immigrants and refugees, and we hire them completely in Spanish, and then they go through the training process, and then they have that support out in the operation. We also have our Transitional Learning Center, where we hire employees with disabilities. So they get to kind of, before the training, they have like a week where they go out into kind of simulation so they can try out and see what they're going to be doing. And then they start in the actual training class after that. So
yeah, and then to also add on to that, like I said in the video, we are really a promote within company. So we pour into our employees and the managers pour into you. You know, they really want to develop you, like I even said in the previous question. They just want to make you be your best self and actually see you grow within the company. Like I said, I'm still here. I mean, this is my 5th year at UPS and I'm not done yet. I'm going to continue to be promoted. This is not where I'm going to end my career at. I'm going to keep moving up in the company. And then there's just so many things that you can do with UPS. You know, people think that you come in here and you have to be a package handler, but that's just not always the truth. You can move up within 6 months of being here. There's so many things you can do. There's finance and accounting. There's IT. There's management, health and safety. So a lot of people want to go in and be a nurse. You can actually be a nurse and work on UPS's property. There's aviation, aircraft maintenance. You can drive for UPS. There's just so many packages that you can pick from. No pun intended.
And just to add to that, you know, we do have an open door policy, and I think that's one of the best things about UPS. We want people to communicate. That is our first priority, is making sure you feel comfortable enough to go to your part-time management, your full-time management. But we put the ball back in your court. UPS really does. It's like, what do you want to do? What do you want to grow? Where do you want to grow? And where do you want to go? So what package do you want to pick? Do you want to stay, like Bailey and Cass said, do you want to stay as a part-time employee? Or do you want to keep your skills going? Use what you have through high school, through your college. Use us. You know, UPS will say that. I don't care if you use this for 2 to 4 years. Get your degree, run with it. But again, you could stay at UPS and build a career like all of us did. I don't think, and we're going to be very real, did we all think that we were going to make career paths out of UPS? Did you, ladies? I didn't. I was really using it to go to school, but it's a great company. You learn so much. And like I said, the ball gets put back in your court. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And to go into part-time management, like I said, I take care of the school to work program. Students that are graduating this year that are doing our program, they are working so hard. Some of them are already in the lines to be part-time management as soon as they graduate. And then sky's the limit. You're open to career opportunities. You can go wherever you want to go. So it's a great company to work for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I want to bring up the question in the chat that Jimmy had asked for Kroger as well. So as far as resumes go, I think one clarifying point to ask this as well. With all the on-the-job training that both you guys and Kroger provide, do students need to have that resume fully, built out or completed, or is it really flexible with that as a fact of the on-the-job training?
We are flexible with that. And speaking from school to work, I really harp on interview skills with our students, especially for seniors when they're interviewing with me, because that's kind of been taken out of it the last few years, couple of years with the pandemic and everything like that. A lot of everything has been online. That doesn't mean that there are still not interviews that happen. So the biggest thing that I can tell students is believe in yourself. Make sure you are the best person for this job. And I'll tell these students, if we ask you, why should you be hired? Answer it truthfully, but you've got to believe it in yourself. Tell us you're a hard worker. Like I tell them, if they've all heard my presentation, I tell them being a hard worker is cliche. So give us some examples. Why are you a hard worker? You do not have to have had a job before, but if you've helped your sister move from a second floor apartment 2 different times, you can lift. Give us those things. We never want you to lie to us, but tell us what you've done before. If you've played on a team sport, you've got great attendance, you know why you want to do this. Hey, I want to work at UPS because guess what? You're paying $20 an hour. You're paying $21 at night. You're going to pay for all of my school. Be honest. Hey, that's why we chose UPS.
And I will say, Lee interviewed me, so definitely, yeah. But I will say too, all those skills that she's mentioning when you're interviewing for a supervisor position, definitely, or an administrative entry level, definitely consider those. And if any of you maybe have interview anxiety, I know that's very common. For our package handler entry level positions, we actually you don't have technically an interview process. We have what's called biometrics. So when you fill out your application online, it's super easy. It'll take you probably 20 minutes. When you finish that, you actually get a contingent job offer in the application. And then when you come in, there's a biometrics where you'll just come in, we'll get your fingerprints, we'll take your picture for your ID, we'll schedule you for orientation, you'll walk out with a start date. So that takes out kind of, the little bit of anxiety if you're hesitant. And then also whenever you do come in and you want to interview for a supervisor position, your supervisors will guide you. Your management team will really help you out and just kind of trying to make sure that you do well in your interview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Really just to emphasize that too, especially through all these jobs available through Everybody Counts. It's not about what that prior experience was. It's job opportunities available for everyone, regardless of the background. So really just to emphasize on that point, that's super important. Well, I know we're cutting it close on time for the class schedule to switch. So Autumn, if you want to go ahead and pull up that last QR code or the UPS QR code one more time if students are interested. And I want to give a special thanks to both Gina and the UPS team for hopping on here today. This has been fantastic. And I think really great information for everyone to learn about. I'm also going to put in the chat a link to the information packet with all the job information from all the employers. So in case you've misplaced that, feel free to access this link here in the chat, and that has all the information you need. On behalf of the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce Foundation and the Bus to Business program, thank you all again for tuning in live with us today. And we're so excited to see what the job impact is going to be. And here's that QR code for you all.
Hey, real quick too, we also have, while the QR code is up, we have a Saturday schedule while you're still in high school. I know obviously you can't come during the week, but May 14th and May 17th, it's a Saturday and a Tuesday. We have a schedule that you can come in and go ahead and process everything so that once you graduate, you'll be ready to go. Just wanted to mention that.
And you all look for the posters in your school because they have the QR codes on those as well.
Awesome. What were those dates again? You said July or June?
May 14th, it's a Saturday, and then May 17th, it's a Tuesday, election day.
Awesome. May 14th and May 17th. There we go. Awesome. Well, thank you all again, and hope you all have a great time looking at these careers and have learned something new. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.